Hey YouTube, Sabermetrics here. This is going to be another updated Lightsworn video. I'm going to do it in this format just because it's easier for me to talk and show what the cards are instead. So I guess let's get started. I'm running more of a conventional build, you'll see why. First of all, 2 Judgment Dragons, pretty much staple, have to have them in Lightsworns. Main win condition, pay 1,000 below the field, attack for 3,000. Next, 3 Honest, another win condition. Drop 2 or 3, you can get game depending on the opponent's monster. It's also a nice defensive wall at 1900 defense in case you run out of options. 2 Celestias. Running 3 is a bit too much because it can be dead in the hand if you have no tributes for it. It's kind of like a smaller JD pop 2 if you tribute a Lightsworn. Lilas I only run 2 as well. Don't run 3 because 3 you really have no use for a 3rd. You can always get this back by Lumina. In case you need to pop a back row or something like a Dimensional Fisher or something. Aaron, it's not really amazing in this format, but it's just really another name for JD and Grave, and it does help out sometimes with cards like Gladiator Beast, Hoptimus, or a Sangan if you want to bounce back to the deck. I run 1 Gareth because usually I only get really one. I'll only run 1 with any game. I'll never be able to bring out 2. But this is pretty much the main draw engine of the deck. Any Lightsworn mills, except for Celestia, you can mill extra 2, and depending on how many Lightsworns you mill, you can draw that many. It's also an 1850 beater, so it can run over a lot of cards like Laquari or Stratos, stuff like that. Orcus, this card is actually really good. A lot of people only figured that out a month or 2 ago. So it can't. Well, Lightsworns cannot be targeted with Orcus on the field. So cards like Book of Moon, Enemy Controller, even XXsabermetricsXx's, this stops it. Even Dark-Armed Orcus stops that. But it is a 1200 attack monster only, but it's also a nice bluff if you play it in attack. Opponent may think you have an Honest. So, moving on to the Wolves, I only run 2. The reason why is because I prefer to run a more consistent Lightsworn build. So I don't really like running into a Wolf in my hand, and at most usually I only have 1 in my hand because I only run 2. And if I don't draw into them, a lot of times I'll mill both of them. So, and usually, unless you're extremely lucky, even if you run 3, you'll only mill 2. So, yeah. Next, Jane, 1800 beater, gains 300 when attacking. Nothing really else to say other than that's also another name for Judgment Dragon. Lumina's main card of the deck, really, in my opinion. It's your main method of swarming, getting other Lightsworns out on the field, also ditching cards like Gardener or Plague Spreader, dead card, well, not really dead, but unwanted cards in your hand. Yeah, that's definite 3 in any Lightsworn deck, and it's also searchable by charge. So you pretty much have a 6, well, depending on how many cards you have, but I run 40 cards in this deck, so 6 out of 40 chance of getting Illumina on first hand. So 3 Gardeners, nothing else really to say. You mill it, block an attack if you remove it. Plague Spreader, same, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what it does. Top a card, special summon it, it's a tuner, level 2 tuner, synchro. You can get, if you have like the 2 Luminas or an Orcus Illumina and the Plague, get a level 8, or any level 4, with Plague Spreader to get Goyo or Gaia Knight if you want. Also, for a lot of you don't know this, you can actually use Lila with Plague Spreader to synchro for for Tempest Magician, and say your opponent's at 1,000 life points. Tempest Magician gains a spell counter when it's synchro summoned, and you can also ditch any number of cards from your hand for it to gain that many spell counters. You can then remove them to deal direct damage equal to 500 times the number of spell counters that you've removed. So it's kind of like a small Dark Strike fighter in case you need game. So that's also a viable option. Charges, really the only reason why this deck runs so fast. You can search and mill at the same time, so that's really good. Recharge. Pretty much, I don't really need to say anything about that. Just, you guys know what it does. Now for the spells, MST heavy, pretty much staples. I only run one Lightning Vortex. I used to run two, but I found that running two is kind of useless. And the reason why is I already run a Reincarnation along with Vortex, and if you run two Vortexes, I've had a lot of times where I've actually drawn into two Lightning Vortexes, or a Lightning Vortex and a Reincarnation, and that's pretty much two negatives in one hand. And so if you had a hand of 6 and you played both in one turn, you'd be reduced to a hand of 2. So it's not too good. You'd be losing hand advantage. So I only run one Reincarnation. Also, Brain Control, the reason why I run that now as well is because there's so many Lightsworn decks out there that you can brain a Lightsworn and then possibly use it for Celestia, or you can brain it for Plague Spreader, Synchro. So brain, it's a game breaker. Even if you top a brain and your opponent has a JD and nothing else, and he's got 3,000 life points left, that's game with one card. Onto the traps. Mirror Force protection for your cards. It isn't chainable, which is why I run one more Threatening Roar. I like Roar because it is chainable. In case someone MSTs the Roar, you can just chain it, and this effect still works. Torrential staple, you need that in case you're losing field control. Bottomless, I really like running Bottomless in this deck. I don't know, it's self-explanatory. Removing a card from play against any deck is good. And especially for the first turn play, you remove one of their starting monsters. Say they play, I don't know, a Lila against you. You Bottomless that. First off, they can't mill, and second of all, they have no monsters on the field. So this right here really sets up for whoever controls the pace of the game. Lastly, I run two Beckonings. They get back your win conditions, like JD, Honest, even Luminas or Celestias. So I run two, and most of the time you mill one, so hopefully you can draw into one later game. So that's the deck. I guess I'll show you guys my side. In 1 second, let me just grab it out. I didn't really prepare to show it. So let's see. I got 3 Royal Decrees against, whoops, sorry about that. 3 Royal Decrees. 3 Royal Decrees, yeah. Against any anti-meta or stun decks. So cards like Skill Drain, Light Imprisoning Mirror as well. This is really good. And also a lot of decks now are very trap heavy, especially with Bottomlesses, Mirror Forces, and Roars. So this stops them as well. 2 DD Crows, Lightsworns, and Vayu Turbo are very prominent in this format. So this is effective against both. Chaos Sorcerer. It's really a card that I use in case I'm not sure what else to side against. So yeah, I run another Orcus in case I run into a deck that runs a lot of targeting cards like Book of Moon. I may run this against Gladiator Beast because they honestly cannot do much against it, because most of the cards do target, like Geyseris, Book of Moon, stuff like that. Shiny Black Sea, 2 against any synchroing decks. Yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. Kaikus against Lightsworn or Vayus as well. And this is great also because it stops them from using any Necro Gardeners against Lightsworn as well. And Oppression, I actually might take this out. I haven't really run this too many times because it just hasn't really worked out for me. Yeah, because it can really backfire on you as well. One Twister is your only other way of getting Skill Drain off the field, aside from MST and Heavy Storm, so it gives you another out. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors against Vayu or any dark synchro kind of deck that runs cards like Malicious or stuff like that. Yeah. So that's that. That's my side. Extra deck is really I'll just go through really quickly because I'm running out of time too. 2 Stardust, 2 Colossal, Thought Ruler, Avenging, yada yada. Oops. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Rate and comment, and let me know what you think about the deck, and I'll probably run this version for a while, so yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching, and